Confederation of Nagaland Chamber of Commerce and Industry bra host Grigina First Northeastern States Chamber of Commerce and Industry Business Conclave September 18 bra luigna 20 tak Nyatu Resort Chumukiti Madi Lushe. Conclave laga maksad tu Northeastern States the economic growth or development ki foster or encourage kribali nimide rakalakase. Event laga akri din September 20 din Abu Mehta, advisor to Chief Minister of Nagaland or Chairman to Investment and Development Authority of Nagaland bra special guest wigina event Chris Kridishe. Conclave laga sideline di press conference pek direction. Details sabo.
Today, Nagaland has come a long way since 1963 when we got statehood. Over the past decades, we have had struggles, we've had challenges, but at the same time, the Naga people have contributed towards the nation building process. Today, we are in a new age, a new era, where we are trying our best to take Nagaland towards progress, to ensure equitable development across the state, and to create opportunities for our youngsters to achieve excellence in all the fields that they participate in. Technology has changed the way human beings conduct our lives, not only every day, but every minute. Thanks to technology, our lives are much more comfortable. Thanks to technology, the challenges that a human being faces are overcome. The way we work, our healthcare, the way we conduct our lives, education, communication, connectivity, technology has had a transformative change for a human being. That discovery is so exciting because tomorrow we will not have electric cables, power lines or hydro projects. We will have solar stations in space that transmit electricity wirelessly to every device that we use. The smartphone that you hold in your hand, the oven that runs in your kitchen, the car that runs on electricity will all be powered wirelessly from solar stations in space. The sending of the James Webb telescope into space has now made all of us understand and know how planets were formed millions of light years ago. Governments, leaders, stakeholders, policy makers, policy implementers must use technology to the max, not only to have better lives, but to ensure better mechanisms of delivery. We are a gateway not only for the Indian subcontinent into the east, but we are also a gateway for the east to reach out to the west, the Indian subcontinent and beyond. Companies in the service sector are going to build 500 new five-star hotels in India in the next 18 months. Just this sector alone needs lakhs of human resource for it to work. That human resource has to be provided by us. The Northeast is considered as the talent bank of sports. Our athletes are winning more medals in Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, Olympic Games than any other region. The government of India estimates that by 2028, the sports industry will be worth $100 billion in India. As India rises as a global power, as India makes its presence felt in the high table of international politics, the Northeast must emerge as India's asset. Our time has come. We must make that extra effort, walk that extra mile. But as I said, we must begin by having one Northeast, one understanding. And I think all of you present here, each delegate is now to date contributing towards that. I must congratulate you for forming a Northeast Chamber of Business and Commerce. The government of Nagaland and the stakeholders here assure you of all our support, and we will extend every possible assistance so that we become stronger. Nagaland is today, as I said earlier, trying to write a new narrative. We are planning a new global city which the Chief Minister might have explained. We are now in the process of formulating a special economic zone with new regulations. We are planning a logistics hub that will assist not only our state but the entire region. Let us work under one spirit, as one region, and let us contribute towards India's rise. Thank you once again for having me. God bless. Kuknalim. Jai Hind.
Well, it is indeed, it won't be a misnomer if we say that it is historic, because it is historic and we are in concurrence of that. The idea, I would say, was initiated by our host here, Dr. Muru, Chambers of Nagaland. They did a tremendous job and they took the pain to bring us together. And for long, everybody has spoken for a Northeastern people and Northeastern state, particularly for our business community, for our industrialists, for our entrepreneurs. But I think this will be the first time that the entire Northeastern states and the people who works on the ground, they have come together. We have deliberated on all the issues that has been plaguing us, that has been affecting us, and we have decided that it is time we should address and we should give our concern to the people in the right places.
I believe we are one, Northeast are one, and we'll work together for the development of the country as a whole.
In 4 sessions, and we talk on the economy, the problems and the remedies, how to identify the products, how to export, how to evaluate the products of the local, and lot more we have discussed. Though we are 7 states, but our heart is one. We speak one language, that is development, development, and development. Hope that this organization will carry forward to a height that the Northeastern will get the benefit out of it through different sectors, to different ways. The main agenda is for the upliftment of the Northeastern states to a greater height, so that our people, rather than seeking for employment, they will be an entrepreneur. Job givers will have more importance than job seekers. Now the policies will be made from both the angles.
Although we live together physically in the northeastern part of India, yet we are not connected, yet we are living so far away from each other, especially in terms of economy, trade, business, and other commercial activities. We were hoping that with the enaction of this APEC body, we will try to connect not only in the chamber level, but at the level of businessmen, at the level of entrepreneurs, and there will be a good matchmaking about the businessmen in all the northeastern states of India.
So we have decided that we will give the first-hand report to the authorities concerned that yes, on the ground it is not showing much, so it needs to be re-looked into. It could be look-east or act-east policy. It could be the industrial policy of the region. It could be the value-added change that is required, the cold change that is required. So there are many things that we have discussed, and in times to come, we shall be corresponding to you as well, and you shall know about that.
What I believe is that once the economy has been uplifted, that means the law and orders will also subsequently come into place for the benefit, for the welfare. So I believe with this with these actions we are taking, the other matters will also be resolved in the subsequent manners.
The moment that in our economy, Indian economy, opened up because of the fact that land holding system is totally different. But as long as, until and unless somehow open up ourselves to some kind of understanding to be able to host industries, factories and manufacturers, I think we are heading nowhere. CNCCI pushed for SARFAISE Act in Nagaland, which is well accepted by state government. It is passed amended and passed in the assembly. Now, the issue is the Article 371, which creates a problem for us, for the bankers to lend us the loan, because they need security at the end of the day. Now, what we have suggested to the state government, and state government is actively pursuing to come up with a Land Reform Act, where I think the Article 371A issue raised by the various tribal hosts has been taken care of, such as the land cannot be auctioned off to another tribe or from another one community to another non-locals under the condition that it is being sold or purchased, but it can be in certain arrangements that it can be leased out so that the ownership belongs to the tribal, but it is never passed on to the outsider. So those are a few things we can explore, and I believe we will definitely write to the government for that kind of a suggestion.
The policy has not worked. And many organizations has been telling government of India that it is time that you review it. It is time that you think about it. Can you believe that that policy has expired on 2022 April, but still there is no sight of a new policy? We want government to revise their policy, and in consonant and in consultation with organizations like Koniski or FINAIR or whatever organization that speaks for a northeastern region, for the business community, their confidence has to be taken, because it is us for which your policy is intended for. If it is not helping, then what is the reason you don't want to revise it? This is the question that we will be putting up to the government of India.
We need to understand that the government is run after by our Naga people. And no government, for any reason, will not have any intention of harming its own citizen. So I think not supporting the government, but do away with the distrust every time these issues are taken up. But we need to start reasoning out where is the future. So with that, Nagaland thing will close and we'll focus on Northeast. Thank you.